Don't waste your time. You're never gonna be famous. You're never gonna make any money doing this. You're too young. You're too old. We will hear many disapprovals and discouragements from other people as we're living our life. They may be coming from friends, teachers, family members, and so on. When we're younger, they tell us what we should do. When we get older, they tell us it's either too risky or it's too late for us to try and we should just choose the safer option. It's not that these criticisms are always incorrect or they're always trying to hurt you. In some situations, we are not sure how the path would go once taken, but that doesn't mean we should just give up without even trying to reach to our goal. A life just choosing the safer bet is, well, kind of boring, and we may not achieve what we want. We all know the question that parents and teachers always like to ask us: what do you want to do in the future? Most of us, when we're younger, had answers like, oh, I want to be a doctor, an actor, a scientist, a police officer, or an astronaut. During that time, at least for me, these jobs just seemed to be glorious and influential to society, and I want to do something for the world. But now that I look back, the young me doesn't really understand what these jobs stand for, nor do I understand the responsibilities behind these works. I was just thoroughly influenced by people around me telling me that these are great careers. I am still young. I'm in middle school. College is like 4 years away. Who knows what could happen during the high school years? I might try an activity and suddenly find the passion of my life. But right now, I do have a path and certainly a goal that I want to continue on in the future, which is I want to publish a story that I wrote myself along with drawings, because I'm always into art-related activities and I like to read. I am the kind of reader who believes that a good book or a good story could take people to another world of their liking, and I want to do the same for other people. So, I want to work on stories and draw pictures for them. This is my goal. This is my dream. And to make this goal come true, I must practice. I'm not the best at building an interesting worldview as the stage for my story, so I experiment. I note down every spark of an idea that appears in my mind. I think of attention-grabbing plots, and most importantly, I write. I wrote stories for my OC, which stands for Original Character. I composed the script for an alternate universe fanfiction with my friends for our favorite game. My grammar and vocabulary might not be the best because, well, I'm still learning English, obviously, so I pay attention in class and I read. For art, I might not pick the best composition, the best color, the best pose for my characters, so I try to practice, starting with the basics, and I try to study other people's painting and learn from them. Basically, I spend time enhancing my abilities through the ways that I could think of that I find useful. I mean, I can see some improvements. I am satisfied that I'm trying, and I enjoy the process of working toward my goals. The thing is, your dream is probably not going to come true if you just sit around and wait for a chance to magically appear. If that does happen, I envy you, but I think for most people it is important for you to start acting. And let's look at some other examples other than myself, so we have a broader spectrum here. Here we see Jennifer Bricker. She's born on October 1st of 1987, and she is unfortunately born without legs. However, she learned to walk, and even to run on her hands and bottoms. And you know what? She went on to compete with able-bodied athletes, and she became the state champion in power tumbling. There's the Winjisen sisters, two Indonesian climate activists. They started with programs to pick up trash at their island and campaigned for them at the age of 12. They were invited to do TED Talks and speak at the UN. Alexander Mercerkin, he had wanted to become an astronaut when he was still a young boy. He attended the Aero Club, he became a pilot, and 7 years later, he's enlisted as a candidate for a cosmonaut. Their success all had one thing in common. They were not afraid to try. They took the first step toward their goals, and they continued to go on the path. It is impossible for us to copy another person's strategy to success, of course, but what we could all do is take the first step If you want to become a singer, you should start taking singing lessons or maybe start practicing your voice. If you want to become an artist, then you should start drawing. You should start learning the basics like forms and values. If you don't try it, you will never know the result. Yes, there will be people telling you that it's hard, it's risky, or it's even impossible, and you are bound to meet obstacles. But you never know what will happen for certain. In my opinion, we should just take in the discouragements, digest it, think of a plan, and start acting. Start doing what you have to do to achieve your goal, your dream. I will definitely continue to draw and read and write because these are my hobbies. It's just what I like to do. If I succeed in future, I am going to share this TEDx speech. If not, at least I can say that I took the lead and tried. Thank you.